Western Spring Television. Ours it is.
Hola. Thank you very sincerely for keeping faith with us right here on this platform, on this channel, Western Spring Television. And it is yet another very interesting, educating, exciting broadcast of the bookshelf where we get to discuss and relate with everyone and anything that has a relationship with books. I'm your teaching and learning advocate. My name is Damilola Raphael. I trust that you're keeping well. I trust that you're working hard. And I trust that you're not giving up on your dreams. Now, one of those dreams that you should have been having every day is to learn a new language. Remember, that's our mandate, our action plan for this year that we are in, to learn a new language. At the end of the year, we're a few more months to the end of the year. You call it much. Me, I call it few. Okay, I call it few. Depending on you, whether much, whether few, we are a couple of months, we are a multitude of months until the end of the year. And then we will be taking ourselves up to task to be able to make sure that we can do minimum of 5 sentences. And as we said at the beginning of the year, it is not just so that we can, mock other people who cannot perform up to task, but then again, to build ourselves up, help us to build new relationships with other people, open up our minds, help us discover that there is actually so much more that we can achieve. And like that's one of the researches that was released some time back, that man is yet to use up to 10% of the brain. So imagine what will happen to the 90 others. No, we should die empty, right? So part of helping us to die empty is giving us this mandate for this year, and that is for us to learn a new language. Now, I have a very special guest with me in this studios today. It's going to be exciting. She's an undergrad. Yes, she's a student of one of the universities here in Southwest Nigeria, and we will be doing a book review. Okay, I actually have a group of students that I take on, and they all had beautiful pieces. They are all doing very, very wonderful. But this particular individual is here, and we'll be reviewing a book that we have reviewed before, but he's going to be doing the review today. And let's make welcome Folafoluwa Diadem Adebayo. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Ma.
On the bookshelf today.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. So tell us about yourself. Who is Folafoluwa?
Okay. I'd say Folafoluwa is a very special child. Yeah, very special growing up. But a student, as you said, an undergraduate in Ajayi University. And I love God. Yes, I love God. And I'm just a very, very, very amazing person. If you meet me.
Coming from you?
Yeah, coming from me.
Okay.
Yes. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Your passion?
Yes. My passion, I love to help people.
Okay.
Yes, I love to help people, and I love education too. It's not, I feel like it's a thing that came to me because I was born into an household where my dad is an educationist, my mom is an educationist. So like, why won't you like education? So yes, I love education and I love mass comm.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm studying mass comm.
Okay.
Yes. And I love family. I love family. I feel like the most important set of people that you can have around you are your family members. Amazing. Yes, and I'm grateful for them.
Amazing. Now, you talked about you loving to help people. Yeah. In what ways would you say you've been able to achieve that so far?
Well, so far, I would say you don't know what people are going through until they tell you what is happening to them. So I feel like, I don't know how it works, but people just they confide in me, right? They just tell me stuff that they are going through. And I'm like, why are you telling me all this? But they just like believe that I'm going to like keep it. And I try to like cancel them. Okay, let's go about it this way. Let's do this. Let's do that. And it has helped them so far. Yes.
So you are what should I call you now? You are an emotional or a counseling philanthropist.
Yes, I'm a counselor.
Because you know, when you talk about helping people, what comes to people's mind is money.
Yeah.
Is okay, so you give them cash, or you give them kind, like maybe food, palliatives. You know, so when you talk about philanthropy, it's material things that actually first come to people. So we should call you an emotional or a counseling.
Yes.
If you hear this term elsewhere, you heard it here first. Folafumi is a counseling and emotional philanthropist. This is the first place we coined this word on the bookshelf. Yes. All right. Talking about education, this platform is all about learning. What books caught your interest easily?
That's interesting.
What genre?
I would say drama.
Drama.
Because I'm actually a drama minister.
Okay.
Yes. I would say I love drama. I love it when it's a story. It's might not necessarily be something that goes on like in our like society.
Okay.
But it's a story that will catch people's attention, my attention. Because sometimes I get bored when I'm reading something. What is going on? What are you telling me? It's not interesting me. But I love drama a lot because like when I read drama text, I see myself like acting it out.
Does it not get confusing? I've gotten to speak with people who say, okay, having to deal with the character and know who is speaking per time, and then the scene where this particular thing is happening, and then knowing, okay, so we've moved from this particular scene to another scene, and then, you know, the transition between character, between scene, you're comfortable with that?
I am. Maybe because I'm a drama minister. I don't. Maybe because we do this thing like we act it out. So
awesome.
It's not. Yes, it's not comfortable.
When did this happen to you? That okay, so I think my best pick, my favorite pick, is going to be drama.
Okay. I attended a boarding school.
Okay.
Yes, and I started boarding. I attended a boarding house like when I was around like primary 3 or 4. So it was early. So we always had send forth parties for outgoing house masters and house mistresses, and we just had like a lot of events that we'll bring together. And I remember there was a senior heritage, and she said to me, "Oh, I wish we could like act a drama." And I was like, "Okay, fine." I was in primary 4, and I was asked to like act out the boss that sacked a particular.
Your very first.
That was my very first experience, and I acted it so well that everybody was like, "Wow, this small girl, so you were the one that did this particular stuff," and it felt so natural to me. And from there, it grew because I studied art. I was in art department, so our literature tutor then he would ask us to act out every text that we read during the term. So we'll act it out at the end of the term. We'll practice. We'll come. Then we acted out. We acted Lion and the Draw, Fences, Woodry Nights, and like I took like main characters in those plays.
I mean, you started out already having to be, because the boss who sacked would have been a very major figure to be able to take that particular act. So something happened. We met. I put you to task, and you got to read a book. Tell us about it.
I got to read Gifted Hands by Ben Carson, Dr. Ben Carson. When I started reading it, it just I was surprised because, in a way, I know Ben Carson story, but I feel like reading something for yourself gives you the original story.
Okay, that was your first time
Yes,
of
that was-
actually reading the
Yes.
book.
Yes.
Okay, how did you know about Ben Carson? Then we'll come back to the book. How did you come across his
Okay.
story?
My school, let me say my secondary school, there were a lot of motivational speakers.
Okay.
So they will tell you about Ben Carson and the story of how he was envisioning what the pastor was saying in his mind. So I've heard stories like that. There was a time I just brushed through it. That okay, but because I didn't know that it was interesting, so like I
Okay.
didn't just pick it up to read. But
And
like
because it's
having
not drama.
but having to read Gifted and like it made me believe that there's no special being, like a special person, like a particular person that is made for a particular position.
You just told us you're a special child. So he's back.
Well,
Not to water
no,
that
no,
down,
no.
though.
But I meant special. I said special child because I don't want to go like the other way around for special.
I
had my own mind. I had like a mature mind. Let me say that.
You still do have.
Thank you, ma. So, reading Gifted Hands, it made me feel like Ben Carson was not brilliant from the start. It was not so great. He just came up, he built himself thanks to his mother. He built himself up and he got to where he is today. So it made me feel like, there are some parents that they've given up on their children and they're just like, this one is not that good, but his elder brother, very good. Let me just focus more on the elder brother and definitely we shall find something to do. So it's trying to point the attention of parents to the fact that they should not give up on their children, no matter how poor.
I was actually expecting you to say we should not give up because honestly, listening to you, I give it to you when you say that you have a mature mind, and that's why I said you didn't had. You have, really, because, and honestly, I was actually expecting you to say we parents should not give up on our children, and then you went, they should not give up. Okay,
Yeah,
so I'm
my
talking to a
parents.
young person. Go ahead.
Yes, they should not give up on their children, They should find means they should look for what interests the child, Parents are like, they're so involved in, okay, I want my child to do something that will bring out money. Okay, fine, money, yes. You want to grow old and you get travel all the way to where you want vacations and everything. But don't forget that if you push this, because there are a lot of lawyers and there are few successful ones. There are a lot of doctors. There are some people that they even studied the medicine and they're not using it today. So why would you force your child to do something that you clearly know that it's not what the child wants to do? Yes.
We will take this very, very quick breather, dear viewer. When we come back, I'm going to be asking Diadem, she's still with us. I'm going to be asking her what her definition of success is. Then she will pick some of the chapters in the book and just give us a very brief summary before we wrap it up totally on the bookshelf. This quick break, and we'll be back.
Some people say animals don't laugh, but perhaps we don't give them a reason to. Our unique species of gorilla are only found in a small forest between Nigeria and Cameroon. With only 300 left in the wild, we cannot afford to lose even one. Traps and snares used in catching bushmeat often kills or injures gorillas too, driving them to extinction. And that, you agree, is no laughing matter. So say no to illegal bushmeat from endangered animals. Keep them wild and keep us safe.
Still all, welcome back. And we are taking on the final leg on the bookshelf. With us in the studios is Folafoluwa Diadem Adebayo. He's an undergrad student of mass communication, and we have been talking about life generally, books as well. And this particular one we are reviewing, Gifted Hands, the Ben Carson story. And before that break, I said she was going to, that's Diadem, is going to be telling us what her definition of success is. Diadem, so we're back to you. What's your definition of success? What would you say success is?
Oh, that's okay. Because yesterday I was on a call with my grandmother,
Okay.
and she was asking me, "Where do you think these people saw their money from?" And it was so funny because I'm like, "Why are you asking me that? It's none of my business." But success to me, I would say it's fulfillment. When you're fulfilled in what you do. I mean, you cannot say like there is this particular position that is success because you continue moving. Because the sky is very, 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 very free for everybody to fly. And there's no, even the richest man in the world still wants more riches. Yes, even the most successful, like the person that is termed the most successful person, still wants more success.
More pursuit.
Yes,
So
more
success
pursuit.
is personal.
It's personal.
It is relative.
Yeah.
And it's procedural. There is a process.
Yeah.
It's something you get to measure. It is not a destination.
Yes.
It's a
No,
journey.
It's a
So
journey.
many things. Not get. Not say wisdom. Wisdom. Okay, so we have different chapters from that particular book, Goodbye Daddy, Carrying the Load, 8 years old, 2 positives, a boy's big problem, a terrible temper, RCC triumph, college choices, changing the rules, a serious step, another step forward, coming into my own, a special year, a girl named Miranda, heartbreak. Which one of these would you just want to summarize for us? Let's wrap it up.
Okay.
Mini, money mode.
That's odd. Let me just speak Goodbye Daddy.
Okay, that's the first chapter.
Yes, because that chapter talked about family, and I feel like it in a way affected who Ben Carson became at the end of the day. So in this chapter, Ben Carson's father left, but he explained that his father left because his mom didn't want the father to come back, and he was like, "Why would you want my father to come back?" And he kept saying, "I love my dad, I love my dad." And the mom, because she was hurt, the dad had another wife and children. He had a wife and children. Sorry, outside the marriage that he had with Ben's mom, and that was very hurtful for the mother. She could not bring him back, and he kept telling the mom, like, "Fine, dad has done okay. He did a bad thing," because she didn't explain. Yes, because it was 8, so she didn't explain to him what the dad did. She was trying to protect him, but he was like, "Okay, fine, just forgive him and bring him back. I love my dad." And when he realized that his father could no longer come, he continued with his life. It just shows that in a way, young people should learn to move on. It's hard when you've been in a very comfortable state, everything has been going well, same routine, and it's not time for you to come out of that position. It's hard. Even me that I'm saying it is hard, because you don't want to leave like the your comfort zone. So that was hard for him, and his mom continued. Like, she was a very strong woman. She was very strong, and she made sure that they didn't like lack essential things
As much as you could afford.
And
one of the beautiful things about your summary for me is the fact that you include life application, how to apply it to one's present day life. I'm going to give you 10 seconds to give us your parting shot. What's going to be, as you've said now, this thing also applies to you. So what's going to be your parting shot to that person who's watching you right now and to yourself when you'll be seeing this in the next 5 years, 10 years, 10 seconds?
All right. I would say do not give up and just make sure that you have a good relationship with God. You might sound somehow to some people's hearing, but yes, do make sure to have a good relationship with God, and He will lead you.
All right, that's coming from Folafoluwa Diadem Adebayo. She's an undergraduate student of mass communication. And of course, I also added another feather on her cap today, and that is emotional and counseling philanthropist. Thank you very much for joining us on the show today.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very sincerely, dear viewer, for joining us. We'll be making a return on another yet interesting, inspiring episode of the bookshelf. What we have up our sleeves, oh, you're gonna love it, as you can always count that you love every episode, and we're grateful for that. Follow us on social media, watch our previous videos, share, very important. Interact with us, engage with all of our posts, and I mean, the sky is just going to be our beginning. My name is Damilola Raphael, your teaching and learning advocate, and I'm saying adios, Bundesliga.